they'll say the officer no, the female will do whatever. We don't know. It's an English term. We have no idea what it actually means.
Yeah. Has anyone here been on a ride-along yet?
No, most people haven't.
Okay. Yeah. How many people actually got to come to the jail? Okay.
No idea.
The officer pulls up in the car here. There's a sensor. We hear a bell go off inside that says, "Hey, there's someone at the door." So we hit a switch, and this thing will come up just like that. Right on cue.
How did you guys do that?
We'll drive in, and then they can drop the door, so if anything happens, the person's not going anywhere. And for the most part, people, they're still handcuffed and overwhelmed by the whole process. And
This isn't scary or anything.
No.
all right, we'll come in this way. It's really dramatic when you release people. It's a little bit like Dawn of the Dead. Because they're all, they spent the night in jail, they've been drinking or whatever, and they come out and the light is like blasting in, and they're like this, walking, the thing's coming up, and it really adds to the experience. So the unit's parked in here, that's shut. The officer will remove his weapons, either put it in the unit, put it in the lockers, and then they'll bring the arrestee out and take them into the uncut area. There's a little sign there that talks about, not bringing any drugs or weapons or anything to jail. It's an additional charge. So, even though they're here for drugs, once they get in there, they're going to get searched again. And one of the real common, those aren't my pants. I didn't know that was in there. I don't think I've ever worn another man's pants. But that's the most common thing you hear is these aren't my pants. I mean, you go swimming at a friend's house, maybe you got to borrow a pair of pants or something. But the reality is if it's in your pocket, it's probably yours. So the same thing with purses and all that stuff. So we do a real thorough search once they get in there to make sure they don't have anything in. Sometimes people be very straight up. I have a needle in this pocket, or I'll have this and that. And it's always good to ask because it just prevents any problems if they don't tell you. And like she mentioned, no weapons at all. And once they go in, we'll remove all the property. Nothing. You can't have watches, can't have earrings. If you have a toupee, we're going to probably take that. Depends on the situation, what you're there for. Sometimes,
You can keep your hair.
Yeah, you might be able to keep your fake leg. We got to take that off, look inside, do all that. If you can get around without it, then you'll probably get around without it. Or we'll assist you because you don't want someone taking it off and exactly punching you or kicking you. I don't know what it is when you have a fake leg. It's kicking or punching.
You tape recorded any of these things?
Everything in here is audio recorded. You'll see some foam at the top, and that's so we can get better acoustics. There's cameras in there that are also video. So everything's pretty well documented because a lot of times they remove people's property. Like I said, if they're intoxicated, they're not going to remember everything very well. Maybe they lost their watch down at the beach. They come to jail, wake up in the morning, like, hey, where's my watch? You're like, well, you didn't come in with it. Well, then you start getting this whole thing. But a lot of people do have poor memories. I've had people say, is my car still at the Mandalay Bay? And you're like, what? Like, last thing I remember, we were in California for starters, Newport Beach, and you go from there. A lot of blackout stuff.
It's a good bachelor party, right?
A lot of more blackouts recently in the last few years than in the past. Alcohol will certainly make you black out, but a lot of people aren't necessarily drinking so much, but if they're on any kind of psychiatric medication and they drink at the same time, they get a little and a little, and whammo, they don't remember anything. So, there was a stat that went out on email recently that they think within 5 years, over 50% of DUIs would be solely prescription drugs, not alcohol. It's that prevalent. So, they serve a very good purpose, but that big label on the side that says "Don't drink with this" is, it's there for a reason. So, you've got a lot of different things. A lot of times, someone won't blow any alcohol. They're like, "What's going on?" And it's usually medication. So, we'll come in here and squeeze in.
So when you go in.